The wish very nice. The wish brave. The fruits less were not as bad as the children had expected. They slid quickly out of the tin and into the pan which Susie was holding over the fire. Although they were grayish brown and very unpleasant, Martha was relieved to see that they didn't look like real legs. She had been feeling sorry for the poor fruits. But William was looking closely into the pen. We paid a lot for them, he said. I hope they were it. The children had a small fire just inside the door of the barn. They often came to play here, as it was only just outside the village of Steeple Handle, where they lived. Nobody else seemed to use the bite, and the building, the barns, all walls were made of rough stone, which appeared to change color when the sunlight touched it, and the barn roof had green and gold plants screened all over it. On the other side of the building was a big house standing alone in the middle of the fields. Inside the barn, the only light came through the large double doors and one or two holes in the roof. So it was difficult to see into and the corners, which always looked dark and mysterious. It was William who had first suggested making a wish bread some weeks before. He had got the idea from his father, who was a teacher at the village school. It's what witches used to do, he had told Susie and Martha excitedly. You know, put all kinds of things into a pan and held it over a fire with canned collets and the things and make a fire in the barn. It'll be fun. Use a small fire, of course. We won't be able to play there anymore. It would cause any damage. Look, I be reading it I doll. My dad told we had quite neat. It's in an old book he's got looks her dailies. White egg of fish and chew of fruit, wool of sheep and hair of dove, oil of rose and skin of a snake, and wine of bear the breed make. How can we find all these things? Susie had asked. Her eyes were bright with interest. It's easy, said William delicately. We can buy a bottle of rice oil, a tin of those little fish with their heads on for the eye of fish end. Two of frog. How do you manage that? Asked Susie. No problem, replied William. You can get frogs less in tins. People at them. The girls stared at him in horror. Honestly, it's true. We can't order a thing from a shop in London, and we can't find a dead bird in the woods, and a snake skin if we look careful. But Martha was feeling very worried. Do you think this is a good idea? She asked. I mean, it sounds like a spill to me is already safe. It's not a spell. William answered, "It's like science. We're going to see what happens. It's very interesting." But Martha went on unhappily, "When you listen to all the stories in the village about the witch you used to lie in the bar, cannot I be are dangerous? You don't know really believe all that rubbish, do you?" said William. "Witches and all that? That was your superstition. What people in the past used to believe. You see, they wanted some to bring when they were ill, or the scouts did, or sometime. So they say there were witches who put a spell on things. But there are not any. That's what my dad says, and he cannot." Martha was still very doubtful, but she had to agree to the plan because the three of them always did dance together. In the next couple of weeks, they busily collected what they needed for the wish bird, as well as some firewood. Now here they were on a Tuesday morning in August, or staring at a pan full of string things on a very small fire. Susie, who was doing the cooking, had already said the words of the old song that William had copied from his father's books. "Wind blew and night bird sing, fire burn and trouble bring." After a while she said crossly, "This food is no good. The bread's never going to get hot." William and Martha looked into the pan. The fruitless no longer looked like anything at all, but the breeze wind was still recognizable. Martha looked away quickly. "What's going to happen?" she whispered in a frightened little voice. "Nothing," said Susie. She was not afraid, but then nothing ever frightened her. She was only a few months older than Martha, but she seemed years older and was much more confident. "I'd like to be more like Susie," though Martha, looking at the friend's round, sensible face. William was not afraid either, but it was his idea, though Martha, and anyway he's cleverer than Susie or me. The square of yellow sunlight falling on the stone floor front, the open door suddenly disappeared, and Martha felt cold. "What do we do with this, anyway?" said Susie, staring at the unpleasant grace soaked in the pan. "What the witches do with it when they make it?" She looked accusingly at William. I don't know, Keno," said William. He had wanted to make a wish bread in the place where people say a wish had once lived. But now they had actually made it. He could not remember at all what he had planned to do with it. He looked disappointed at the bread. "Throw it away, I suppose," he said. "Or eat it perhaps," said Susie, with a quick look at Martha. "Good fell suddenly sick. Now that the sun had gone, it was cold and dark in the bar, and the bread was beginning to smell bad as it got warmer. A little wind blew across the stone floor and made a strange sad noise in the room. The children went on staring at the pan. At first, they did not notice that a fourth person had joined them. She stood watching them for several minutes before any of them saw her. At last, she spotted a which bread is it. They all jumped. Martha sat only her blood shed against the light in the doorway, but said that she was all and bent with a stitch. Martha gave a little scream and put her hands over her face, her whole body shaking. William, who was closer, saw the person more clearly. He realized she must be the old lady who lay in the house next to the bar. Miss Applewhite was not that her name? He hoped that she would not stop them playing in the bar. Susie was the one who answered. Yes, it is, she said. Miss Applewhite stepped into the bar. Ah, she said, touching the empty tin of fruits, less with the arm of her stick. Very clever. And how did you find the other things? They told her, and she listened carefully from the expression on her face. It was impossible to see what she was thinking. At last, Martha asked, trembling, does it matter? Have we done anything wrong? The fire was no longer burning, and the bread was getting cold. Outside, the wind had stopped, and into the dark still the sky heavy drops of rain, like fingers touching the leaves of trees. I do not know that you had done anything wrong, replied Miss Hepburn, but it is possible that you had done something rather dangerous. They all looked up at her. Surprised, Martha, stomach turned. I can eat is what not safe. She thought, but they would not listen to me. William said, but witches with dull hats and black cats and so on dogs use superstition. There was not ever a witch here. Not a witch like that, I agree, said Miss Applewhite. But there was something here. She was here for a time, you see. She? Said William. Who is she? Don't no children can know about her? She is Morgan Le Fay, who was King Arthur's sister hundreds of years ago. She is also the Ice Queen and many others. She has appeared in many different shades and with many different names, but in the end, I always recognize her. She comes from a time much older than ours, but she does all she can to destroy what is good. She's the bad side of things, you see. The children were very kid. What do you mean? She was here for a time? Asked William. This bar was one of her place. She has place everywhere, while people believe that there are witches these days. But as soon as people begin to forget about her and laughs when someone says theirs. Weeks in the barn. There is time for her to go somewhere else. That's what happened her. She's gone right away from her, Susie said, looking relieved. Miss Applewhite said nothing and stared at the remnants of the fire. Has she gone? Asked William, watching Miss Applewhite. I doubt so, sighed Miss Applewhite at last. There has no sign of her for many, many years, but I know she watches the place that had once been hers, like this barn. And if she finds people would still believe it. In the corners of the barn and in the shadowy place in the roof, the children called her strange little noise is nothing. Martha told herself the barn is always like this. Is talked to herself. Miss Applewhite moved towards the door. It had stopped raining outside, but the sky was heavy, with grey clouds on the heights. Luckily, she continued. She was always less interested in children. How will we can know if she's interested in you? Asked Martha. Oh, you'll know, all right. If she has noticed you, she'll look for your weaknesses. You'll have to be careful, and now I must go. She turned and walked quickly away towards a door in the wall surrounding her house, although she did not say goodbye or look back at them. The children had a strong feeling that she expected to see them again. Martha watched her go and suddenly realized how cold she felt. Her whole body felt like ice. She could not remember ever feeling so cold before. And when she looked at Susie, who had plenty of fat to keep her warm, she saw that her friend was trembling with cold too. Who's the William say and frozen strange is it not it? It's the rain, said Susie. That may us feel cold time to go home. That's it, a great William, is the rain. Oh, do you think so? Said Martha. I am in a relieved voice. Oh yes, said William confidently. Come on, let's go home now. Once they were outside, they began to feel warmer as they ran back to steeper handed together in the evening sunshine.